Candlestick Park, a stadium that has housed numerous championship teams, plays host for this evening's matchup between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers.
Hello friends, Jim Nance, my partner Phil Simms. We love rivalry games, and we've got one for you today.
Well, when you talk about the Giants and 49ers playing,
so what up, football fans? You know who it is. Shakedown 2012 on Madden 13. And I know a lot of you guys are new to my channel. Maybe you weren't there in the beginning and you don't remember me putting up any football videos, but my channel started with football games and football videos. A lot of you guys are 2K fans, so you're not really sure about where I'm coming from in the football community, but this is where I got my start. And a lot of guys remember me from the fact that I'm part of a crew called the Sim Standard. And one of the key factors of the Sim Standard is that we focus all of our energy on the developers. And this all started back when some good guys in the past came out, I want to say about 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 to 3 years ago, on YouTube, pumping out video after video, going right at the dev teams, you know. Didn't waste a lot of time going at each other and bickering like two old ladies. You know, it's hilarious to me when I see people getting mad at the Sim Standard or what another commentator says about a game. I could care less what you say about a video game. I'm spending my $60 on it. And I'm not spending my $60 on it if I play the demo and it sucks. I've done that way too many times. You know, so a lot of you guys, I'm going to start off by saying this. You guys that say this game sucks, that Madden 13 is trash, all that kind of stuff, right? Anybody who says that, especially if you say it and you put the Sim Standard's name in your mouth. I don't know who does this, but I hear stories all the time, you know? But if I hear somebody saying the game sucks, you better not have this game on release night. And this game better not show up on your channel other than the demo. If we see other teams, if I see teams on your channel other than the San Francisco 49ers, the New York Giants, the Seahawks, and the Redskins, and it's not the demo, and you said this game sucks, you're a big contradiction. So don't have the game if you don't like it. Why spend a whole year and $65 on a game you can't stand? There's so many other good games coming out. Why waste your time? You know, a lot of people, they just want to build themselves a little credit, some little internet credit, some internet respect, you know, so they go out and get a game and bash it. I'm not going to waste my time doing that. The bitching is over. You know, I spent like 2 years going at the developers, you know, talking about what needs to be fixed in this game. And every year that it came out, I couldn't play it for more than a month. Madden 09. I don't even remember. I think they came out with, I don't even remember what they had in that game, but it was garbage to me. 2010, I think they might have had, I think that was the year they came out with ProTac. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I hated ProTac. Worst thing I ever seen in a football game. I wanted it to have the tackles that they had in 2008. 2011 comes out, and now they got these weird animations where guys are bending forward and, oh man, breaking ridiculous tackles and going for hundreds of yards of rushing. And it was just horrible, man. Only one player at a time could hit the ball carrier. Could you imagine that? Some of you guys that are, look at these physics, by the way. Neck physics. Some of the guys that hang out with me in parties know that I've been begging for neck physics for like 2 years. Just give me neck physics. I just want to see a guy's helmet go bobbing back when he gets hit. But there are some ferocious tackles in this game. Madden 11, man, when I was You know, I'm with the Sim Standard, and they told me, Shake, you got to put up more videos. I only need to do 2 or 3 videos to talk about all the things that I hate about a game. I don't need to do a whole lot. You know, if there's certain categories of problems, then I'll do more than that. But when it comes to Madden football, every play was garbage back on Madden 11. I could find at least 2 things wrong with every play in Madden 11. And it used to make me nauseous. They used to be like, Shake, put up a video, please. I can't do it, man. I'm getting sick over here. It was literally like my eyes were glazing over. I mean, I was totally losing my mind while playing Madden 11. I would pop in the game and play one half of football and have like 5 videos to talk about. So I just didn't want to waste my time. Again, we never went at another commentator. I just went right at the developers. This game needs to be fixed. This game is trash. I didn't try to say the game was trash. We just tried to give them constructive criticism. There were many times where I probably did say the game was trash, but I didn't try to do that. That wasn't my intention. We try to have a professional approach. And lo and behold, Madden 12 comes out and they bring back double hit tackles and consecutive hit tackles. To me, I did a video talking about how, in my opinion, all they did was take the Madden 08 engine and just hype it up. But you still had psychic defenders, and that drove me crazy. I did a couple videos on Madden 12. Oh my God, that was a horrible fumble right there too. Oh well. But I did a couple of videos on Madden 12. I'll probably put those somewhere for you guys to see them. And I had fun playing the game. But after playing online and you know, dealing with the psychic defenders, that drove me up the wall. You wouldn't believe it. So I just couldn't stomach the game again for a month and a half. And this was every year since Madden 08. Madden 08 I had for the whole year. I also had All Pro Football 2K8. I think those games copied off of each other, giving each other abilities and things like that. So I had both of those games, and I had a lot of fun playing those games. But every game after that, 9, 10, 11, and even 12, I just couldn't play for more than a couple of months. And it wasn't just because 2K would come out and it would just be so much better. But Madden football wasn't realistic to me. Madden 12, again, a step in the right direction to some degree, but they still had linebackers psychically reading passing plays and just jumping in front of the ball. And it drove me crazy. It really did. And so my career in Madden 12 was cut short, so to speak. This was a nice drive too, by the way. I made it up the field before it was like a 2-minute drill. So my good buddies at the Sim Standard, because we go at the developers, we build our reputation on speaking the truth. That's what the foundation of the Sim Standard was built on, speaking the truth and looking for the truth and looking for real gameplay and especially a football game. And they started to pay attention to us. You know, it may have taken another company like Natural Motion, we got to give a big shout out to them, to prove that real physics can work in this generation. To prove that real physics is what we actually want to see. You know, coming from playing Madden football where only one player could interact with the ball carrier, that's like playing Tecmo Bowl or something. And I bet you in Tecmo Bowl it was like at least 2 people or 3 people could tackle the ball carrier. Look at these physics. There's some issues in this game, and one of the big issues is that it leads to late hits and tackles like this that shouldn't happen. I'll play it in slow motion for you. The point is, at the Sim Standard, we went at the developers and they decided to start paying attention to us. We know it because initially when I announced that they're paying attention to us, it was when they started putting out gameplay footage for Madden 12 and Madden 13. But Madden 12, they were using our terminologies. And when I say the Sim Standard, I don't just mean our channel, the group that we're part of. I'm referring to all of you guys. All of you guys that are looking for a better game, that understand the difference between simulation and arcade gameplay, they started listening to all of us. Started watching football videos. A lot of the terminologies, the catchphrases, the words, the phrases that we use started catching on. Those guys started using our words, using some of our terminologies in their own trailers at EA Sports, talking about the things and the changes that they've made. And so it was apparent to me that they were definitely paying attention to us. But again, my hat goes off to companies like Natural Motion, and those guys brought real physics to the game. And that very year, EA Sports decided to make a change. The Infinity, check this engine out real quick. This guy's doing a celebration, and the physics works so well that the guy doesn't phase through his arm. He actually bumps his arm even during a celebration. That was pretty cool to see. But nonetheless, the Infinity engine itself is at least 2 years old. It's about, they began working on this engine at least a year and a half to 2 years ago. This was already admitted to our guys, that some of our members of the Sim Standard that went to EA Community Day at EA Sports Tiburon to play Madden football early. Shout out to Azure Effect, Commissioner Zor. Shout out to my man Smitty, DTS. And shout out to my man Sim Football Critic. That's 3 members of the Sim Standard that don't take BS when we see it. We was very critical of Madden football for so many years. And EA Sports invited us to Community Day, our crew. And I just love this tackle animation. My guy intercepts the ball, Blackburn, and then after he catches it, he gets hit once and he stayed in the air. The guy's wrapping him up, and then he gets hit a second time. That is beautiful. This is the mayhem that I wanted to see, that I've been begging for in football games for so long. But EA Sports invites the Sim Standard to Community Day. They go out there and test the game out. It's been at least, I don't know how many trips that they invited them out there. It's ridiculous. And now, here I am, a member of the Sim Standard, and I'm going to 2K Community Day. It's because we're very critical of simulation sports video games, and we demand a more realistic game. It's very possible in today's day and age, today's engine, today's technology. And when they start to recognize that, they invite us out there to test the game out, they know that we're going to come back and tell the community the truth. One of the best videos that I've seen recently was from a guy named Regular Dave. Shout out to Regular Dave. I don't know if he's ever going to see this video, but shout out to Regular Dave. He did a video on EA Sports NBA Live 13 when they went to E3 and they went into the EA NBA Live 13 booth, and they talked about the game. Apparently they didn't show much gameplay, and they kind of showed a couple of maybe just some snapshots. I'm not really sure, but maybe I'll have Regular Dave send me the video and link it in this video so you guys can see that video. But he describes how terrible that presentation for Live 13 really was. He describes it in so much detail, like how you just know that that game wasn't ready and it should have never came to E3 and all of that. And after hearing Regular David, I've seen him around. I've watched a couple of his videos in the past. I know this guy. That was a nice stiff arm right there. Look at that animation. But I really felt where he was coming from. And I don't know him personally. I don't talk to him on a regular basis. But I knew what he was saying was legit. So when my good friend, Azure Effect, Commissioner Zor, he goes to Community Day, and he comes back and says, Shake, Madden 13, the game looks good. These guys are about to put something together that's going to blow your mind. I can't tell you exactly what it is yet. They're going to announce it soon. But it's amazing what they're doing with this game. You know, we got to chill together. He came to Orlando, Florida. I met him up in the hotel. We was talking. It was just a really cool experience getting a chance to meet him in person. And so he couldn't tell me anything about the game, but I can tell from his enthusiasm that he had his hands on something that was really awesome. But when they announced that Real Physics would be in the game, and he told me, he said, you know what, Shake, I told you they was going to do something crazy. And I got excited. I was like, wow, it's amazing. It's about time. Isn't that what we always say? You know, you've been hating the game for so long. Even if they do the right thing, the first thing you're going to say is, whoa, it's about time. They should have did this 3 years ago. You know, I mean, that's what I said. I'm not a hater of the game because I'm not a fanboy of the game. And I'm not a hater of a series that, you know, was obviously struggling. I mean, it's not like it's something new to you guys. So nonetheless, he told me he was looking good, and I believed him. Then I got a chance to chat with my man Sim, football critic, and Smitty, and they came back from Community Day, and they said the game looks legit. It looks pretty good. There's definitely some things that we still need to work on, but on the field, this is the best Madden they have ever played. Well, now the demo is here. I've gotten my hands on the game. I've played on Pro, All Madden. I'm telling you guys right now, the bitching is over. There's some things that I'm going to refer to that are some problems, maybe some legacy issues, some things that can be tweaked, some things that can be touched up. But it's time to move past that right now. The Sim Standard is going to be your source and the developer's source, a great source for what needs to be fixed in the game. Absolutely. That's not going to change. But I am so glad that this is a year that I can finally be back on those sticks and see you guys online. It's your boy Shake. I'll holler at you dudes later.